If you like audiobooks or audio shows, check out a free trial of Audible. Just click the link in the description.
Welcome to Mindshock True Crime. You are listening to the Maura Murray series. This is episode 42, Bill Rausch 4. I am your host, Bruce McGuire.
And Master Powers.
As always, if you like the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Make sure your device allows those notifications to come through. If you like the podcast, hit the like button. Feel free to share it across social media platforms. Any questions, comments, theories, suggestions, leave them in the comment section. Also, check us out on Twitter, Reddit, and Patreon. And patrons do get a priority for case requests. So if you want to see something covered, become a patron on Patreon and we will get to it quickly. We will also still get to it if you just request it in the comments, but we have a long list now. All right, Maxwell, where are you now that you have had time to digest some of these Bill Rausch revelations? What do you think about his activity, both back in 2004, before, during, and after Maura went missing, in all the years since, and recently with all these allegations that have come forth?
Some suspicious behaviors, some shady character revelations from the witness. I mean, not the victims. Or I don't know. He's questionable.
Does any of this change what you think happened to Maura Murray? What is your theory at this juncture in time with all the revelations, all the mind shocks that now we are up to episode 42? Where are you standing with your theory on what happened to Maura Murray, or if she even got up to New Hampshire?
Um, well, just from like the car itself, like the like it never hit a tree, so like that theory doesn't work for me. So, and Billy Rush went to number one suspect.
Okay, so these recent revelations have brought him to number one in your book?
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, and then and then the second one would probably that dude in a trailer, because I just can't think of anyone else. But
Wait, which dude in the trailer? Rick Forcier?
yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to James Renner's blog once again. Saturday, November 23rd, 2019. Victim wins civil protection order against Bill Rausch. DC
damn.
response. Yesterday, so that would be November 22nd, Bill Rausch's former girlfriend was granted a civil protection order against him after 3 days of trial. She claims years of abuse, including incidents where he choked her and called her Maura, hit her so hard she chipped a tooth, and an assault that took place at a military base in Germany. He is likely to face additional criminal charges related to these allegations. After the verdict, several members of the veterans community in DC have finally broken their silence. Kate Hoyt, a former co-worker of Rausch's, took to Twitter with her reaction. A few more things about this entire situation. Bill was my boss at Got Your Six, and when this all started unraveling, James Renner's book and the sexual assault allegations, the Oxygen series, podcast, etc., Bill sat the team down and told us it was all BS. Christopher Goldsmith, founder of High Ground Vets, weighed in too. This is his tweet. Folks living and working in the military and veteran space in DC ought to be aware of this. Yesterday, a civil protection order was granted to a new victim of Rausch B, formerly of Got Your Six and IAVA. This is not the same victim as the one in the case of felony sex abuse. As did Matthew Fechtow, who worked besides Bill at Camp Lemonnier. So these are all tweets. Mr. Matthew Fechtow would like to make the following statement. I am horrified by the sexual assault allegations against U.S. Army Major and so-called veterans advocate Bill Rausch. I send my thoughts and prayers to his victims. For far too long, he has exploited our military members and other tragedies to promote his brand, only to abuse his position of authority. After having my own alarming experience with Mr. Rausch when I served, I can sincerely say I believe these brave women and admire their courage. I am deeply outraged anyone could undermine or attack his victims' credibility. To his victims, thank you for bringing this vindictive, sadistic conman to justice. Matthew J. Fechtow is a former Democratic congressional candidate in Rhode Island and an Iraq War veteran. So this is someone who has worked with Bill Rausch, or who served with Bill Rausch. He claims to have had an alarming experience regarding this. So does this change your opinion on what Erinn Larkin is doing and just constantly defending in Bill Rausch, saying all of this is BS, none of it is true, James Renner makes all of it up, and yet time and time again, James Renner seems vindicated because any time people come out to say something, it's actually what James Renner reported.
Uh, I wouldn't ding her that bad. I mean, because I don't know. I'm kind of like I was fooled myself. I mean, just from the interview with Bill Rausch back in the day, like he came across really nice. So like I kind of like I made a lot of judgments on a positive side just based on that. So I'm like I'm kind of I was fooled too. So I just
So yeah, but even if Erinn Larkin is fooled, the way that she's going about defending him by now accusing James Renner of lying about everything and making up all these stories, clearly he's not. Clearly these people did tell him what he said they told him. And so whether it's true or not, clearly James Renner is not making this up. And Erinn Larkin went on the warpath against James Renner.
yeah, that might have been how can I say that might have been too soon.
Well, or unless it's an orchestrated effort to defend Bill Rausch and she knows he's guilty, or she doesn't care if he's guilty or not and she's doing a job, which is to defend Bill Rausch and put this propaganda spin online.
Probably just I don't know. I think she probably just got into friendly terms with him and just trusted him based on that. Because I mean,
How would you know though?
because I mean, he just like well, just like it came across to me on his interview, like he came across like a really nice guy. He probably came across even deeper with Erinn Larkin that he's a really honest, genuine, nice guy, and she just based it on that.
But how do you know? How do you know she's not part of some kind of propaganda spin machine with all the weirdness online with this case? And that was part of the spin machine and she was just doing her job in the spin machine. How do you know there's not a concerted effort to
That's
downplay it?
true because they could have been hooking up and making out or whatever.
No, but even if they weren't, I'm talking about. Do you not get my point?
I should know.
Okay, if there's some weird online activity, like Bill Rausch is making fake social media accounts, what if Erinn Larkin and all of these other online accounts that just defend Bill Rausch without question, if those are not by accident? They're not fooled people. They either know what Bill did and don't care and are defending him, or they don't know whether he did it or not, but they're just doing their job with by executing a propaganda campaign being pro Bill because that was the assignment.
I see. Some more orchestrated by a group.
Yeah, well, with all the DC craziness going on, I mean, there's other things we have to address regarding DC craziness and and Scott Wall, which we will address in the next episode. But Erinn Larkin's MO seems to be to defend Bill no matter what. And I'm gonna bring out another theory here that's gonna bring this
Wait. Hold on. Has she been recently been defending him too, or all
Yes,
throughout?
throughout. Did you not pay attention to
Damn.
our last? Were you not awake for our last podcast when I read you the recent? This was from October. It was a recent post on her blog regarding the new allegations that she's saying it's all BS.
Okay, that's kind of recent, but like how recent? Like a few days? I
October.
don't- how about
He was his witness at this trial to defend him.
Damn, he did that.
Did you not pay it? Wait, so you were just? I guess we got to pay tribute to the Maxwell Army because we spent time talking about this in the last podcast.
Wait. It was in a podcast.
Yeah, we talked about it. She was his witness in this trial where the victim was granted. So the victim won, and Erinn Larkin was Billy
Yeah,
Rausch.
but I don't understand what the hell is the like. How is she a witness? I mean,
That's
she's
a
just
good point, Maxwell. That's a good point. Again, that's why this whole thing seems so weird. A lot of people online speculate that this was all pre-planned and this is all part of some kind of propaganda campaign online to block certain avenues of investigation in the Maura Murray case. I mean, we've been
Well,
talking about it for.
that's what I mean. If there's no merit to becoming like a witness, I mean, I can only see that they're having like a relationship or something.
I don't believe he's ever stated what she's ever stated when she first met him, because again, she had Maura Murray's security desk job, so she might have seen Bill Rausch when he visited Maura at UMass. We don't know.
Damn.
Apparently, Bill Rausch said he randomly bought a car from a dealership in Amherst when he was visiting one time. So that's kind of weird, especially that he's in Oklahoma. We don't even know if that's true, but that's what he said.
Yo, this movie is writing itself, man. This is crazy.
All right, well let's rephrase this. Some people online have been putting together a timeline of Erinn Larkin entering this case. So apparently, she did not reveal her name from the get go, and she only went public after Butch Atwood died. And right after these allegations against Bill Rausch were being made. Is that a coincidence, Maxwell? Because was Erinn Larkin kind of launched onto the online scene to downplay anything and everything Billy Rausch related? And is it convenient that she never moved forward before Butch Atwood was alive, or before Butch Atwood died when he was alive? Some people even theorized that it was Erinn Larkin with Maura Murray's car in Haverhill, New Hampshire, that night, February 9th, 2004. And what Butch Atwood saw was Erinn Larkin. Some people allege it was Erinn Larkin and not Sarah Alfieri, who might have been with Kate Markopoulos if there was a tandem driver situation with Maura Murray in North Haverhill. What do you think?
How recent were these theories?
These are pretty recent.
Like a week?
I mean, people have been talking on aspects of this theory the past few months, I would say. Well,
Yeah, that's
what
pretty
is that?
good.
What difference does it make when it was put forward? You either think it has merit.
I'm just trying to get timeline, and especially like since I missed the, I don't know. I just
I mean, I think it could be. I think it could all be coincidental. I'm going to play your role. Everything's a coincidence. No, not everything's a coincidence. I do find it strange that Erinn Larkin said she might have even drove past the accident scene. I mean, that's a weird thing to say. Why would she drive past the accident scene? It's weird because what if it was her that Butch Atwood saw? I mean, this is easily corroborated because she said she was skiing. So if her family, friends, whoever she was with, if they could corroborate that, we would know that for sure. But again, people questioning Erinn Larkin, the way that she defends Bill Rausch and other people in the case, it's definitely strange because it's like she just kept digging a deeper and deeper hole because she was pretending that James Renner made all of it up at first. Now when it's all public, now she's still basically attacking James Renner, and now she can't deny that there was a grand jury investigation. She can't deny that a victim got a civil protection order against Bill Rausch. So she can't pretend that none of these legal proceedings are going on anymore as she did before. Because she was pretending James Renner was lying about all of it, if you remember, in the year past. Does that ring a bell, Maxwell?
that she what?
Max Alarmy. She was pretending that James Renner was lying about everything, about all the investigation into Bill Rausch,
Oh yeah.
the grand jury. Now she actually had to sit in court and be Bill Rausch's character witness. So she actually sat in a courtroom, so she can't deny that these legal proceedings are happening anymore because she was part of them now.
Yeah, you're like rubbing it in, dude.
Rubbing what? I'm just calling it as it is.
No, I mean that's funny that way you said that. Like she was saying these can't be true, and then all of a sudden she's dude, that's like a flash cut comedy in a movie.
Well, if you remember, she was saying that James Renner was making up the grand jury because grand juries are, of course, they're not public and they're not disclosed.
But that's what I mean. Like she's saying that it's not true and it's all BS, and then she's inside it.
Yeah.
Oh
At
man,
this point, at this point,
now she can't say anything.
well, at this point, do you find Erinn Larkin a trustworthy personality in this case? Or are you going to put her in this? I don't know if you put Maggie and Art in the category, but most people online that are hardcore followers of the case do not find Maggie or Art trustworthy either. Do these new revelations with Bill Rausch involving Erinn Larkin, does that change your viewpoint, or did you never find Erinn Larkin credible? Because I thought she had some really good questions about the timeline, and her and Maggie got into it a few times as well, because Maggie likes to pretend with art that the timeline isn't suspicious at all, and then they get all triggered anytime somebody brings up the timeline, which is quite curious because again, the truth is not afraid of investigation. So if the truth is that obvious, why would anybody be afraid of anyone investigating the timeline, investigating UMass, or any of these things? Because we still don't know which vehicle Cecil Smith was in for sure. Was he 001 or was he 002? Why is the fire department not interviewed? Though, as we've discussed on the previous episodes, there were people who said Cecil Smith was in the 002 sedan. So that whole, just to trust Maggie and take on blind faith information being put forth by Maggie or Art, that's kind of weird. People online, logical, critical thinkers, they're not just going to take it on faith. Some people are more scientific and logical than that. They don't do religious blind faith when it comes to accepting the word of any human. That's why evidence is needed. You can't, it's not just hearsay or random words of humans, because humans might lie or they might be mistaken. I don't know. I don't know why this is such a shocking concept for some people in this case, especially Clint Harding. Like, some people just, they really find it hard to believe that humans might either lie or be mistaken or say something not true emotionally or whatnot, not even realize what they're saying. Those are all possibilities. That's why we need to use logic and reason to determine truth, not the words of humans. So, do any of the recent events put Erinn Larkin into a more non-trustworthy category for you?
Um, yes. I mean, well, I listened to a few of her podcasts, and I really liked them. I liked her presentation. I liked her intro music, outro music.
Oh yeah, you're a big fan of their soundtrack.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like it was like relaxing, and like I like her voice. Like she kind of struggled a little bit. It's kind of hot, but from her photos, she's got like she's a cute girl. But after all this, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know. I mean, she could be like experiencing, what do you call that again? The victim that follows the criminal.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it could be that too.
Well, she did have a DC job. I mean, she was involved in political campaigns. I mean, she's wired in DC. Some people allege, similarly to Bill Rausch, and also Maura Murray's older sister, Julie Murray. She worked for some defense contracting company as well. So these people are all in DC. Do you find that suspicious or no? They just happen to all be DC connected.
Um, I don't see the DC connection suspicious. I don't know. You work in DC. You work in DC. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
you're also missing a lot of information about DC activity, which we will get to in the next episode. But
Okay.
I think even you might find it suspicious at that point. Just a quick teaser for the next episode coming up. We are going to go over more shadiness in personalities involved in this case. But here's the thing, though. Erinn Larkin worked Maura Murray's security desk job. Erinn Larkin was on the UMass track team. So was Maura Murray. Erinn Larkin referred to Kate Markopoulos as her big sister on the track team. Maura Murray and Kate Markopoulos were, according to most that have given their opinion, Kate Markopoulos was her closest friend at UMass. So Erinn Larkin is quite closely connected to Maura. I mean, she was on the same track team with Maura. She had Maura's security desk job. She was at UMass the same time as Maura. You don't find any of that suspicious in any way.
Oh, I thought she was a few years younger though, right? Like three
She was
years. Four.
younger, yeah, but she was still
Like was she like a freshman and she was a senior or something like that?
Maura was a junior, even though her age would have put her at a senior.
And Aaron was a freshman or something. Because I thought Aaron came in after she disappeared or something.
Well, Maura wasn't going to practice at the time because either the knee injury or whatever you wanna.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yes, indeed. So again, we have to examine all aspects, though. If Billy Rausch is the good guy, and all of this is, let's say, because I entertained this theory in the previous podcast on Bill Rausch. If Billy Rausch is the good guy and someone wants to screw him up, so they either paid off these victims. By the way, I'm not saying this is true in any way. I'm just theorizing. If the victims are lying, or let's say maybe one of the victims isn't lying, and someone who wants to set Bill up, they made more victims or whatever. They paid them off, whatever. And if Erinn Larkin knows this isn't true, at least in some of the cases of the victims, how would you go about it if you're Erinn Larkin? Would you just call James Renner a liar, or would you try to figure out a different way to clear Bill Rausch? Or would you just say, I know Bill, like let the cases speak for themselves. Like let the court, we'll see in court. Let justice run its course. Would you be so quick to condemn anybody who says anything? I mean, it's kind of weird. The behavior, I just find it strange. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Bill Rausch is the good guy or the bad guy. I'm just saying the whole situation looks kind of strange. And if you're Erinn Larkin, do you behave the way you behave to defend this guy? Because even if you believe he's innocent, what would you do? Would you just say, well, we'll see what happens in court. We'll see if there's any real evidence. Or we'll see if there's any truth to the allegations. Instead of going to the complete opposite end of the spectrum and saying that Bill Rausch is 100% innocent and James Renner is the devil and lying about everything all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there like how many more times is Bill Rausch gonna go to court with the other victims?
So this was just civil court, which was needed for the protection order. So this wasn't criminal. This wasn't the criminal charge.
Okay.
So she might not wish to go forward with criminal charges, but rape, sexual assault are felony offenses. So it would be a state level case.
Damn, no wonder he refused to get an interview with me. Oh man, that would have been funny. I wonder how that would have gone.
Your interview with Bill Rausch?
Yeah.
Well, would you
I would have
have
forgotten
even
so many details.
would you have even remembered who he was? All right, so just some clarification on, okay, so in the previous episode we went over Erinn Larkin's response to James Renner because she knows the victim, she's been to the victim's house. Remember we went over her account about that?
Whose account?
Erinn Larkin's, on how she knew the victim in the case.
Oh, I actually don't remember that, but that's cool.
Do you remember anything?
I don't remember that she knew the victim. Did you say that?
Yes, we talked about it. Even I specifically mentioned, let's say she's right about this victim. Why is she pretending the other 5 or 6 don't exist? Because she was saying, "Oh, I know this victim, this, and that." So anyway, okay. So apparently, Bill told the victim that she could trust Erinn Larkin. So when this was all going down, before she got away from Bill, she had talked to Erinn. This is what James Renner posted. She didn't like me, of course, when she was with Bill. Luckily, she got help and got away. When she did, she reached out with an apology. She has filed a police report alleging years of abuse that I find her very credible. It took a lot of strength for her to come to me with her story. Then he said, Bill told her she could trust Erinn. She realized that was untrue when Erinn recorded her without permission at a DC bar with Scott one night. So Scott Wall, he's the admin of the official Maura Murray Facebook page. And he's the one that gave Helena Murray a computer. Now, this guy's also from DC, and he's randomly giving her a computer. So we talked about this in previous episodes. Why is he randomly giving her a computer, and does it have spyware to monitor everything the Maura Murray family knows? Everything the Murray family knows in the case to keep things under wraps or to keep things under control by the narrative steerers. Because if Scott Wall is associated with Bill Rausch and they're associated with Erinn, they're both spinning this propaganda machine to keep things under control and from Bill to prevent from information about Bill Rausch being brought forward. Once again, this could be true with Bill still being the good guy. Because if Billy was trying to save Maura and he was scrambling, if he did meet her or try to meet her after the disappearance, something went wrong, he could still be the good guy, but he doesn't want anybody to know about this, obviously, because how it looks. Nobody's going to believe he's the good guy if this is how it went down. Did you follow all that?
I know that you said that he could be the good guy, but I don't know how.
Oh man, if he was trying to find Maura, so he's if he was scrambling to find her, because if he did meet up with her after her disappearance, we went over this so many times, how he's searching in Vermont, Maine.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so what if he did encounter her and she was alive and something went wrong, either the person that really harmed her or whatever, but Billy wouldn't want anybody to know this, right? Because it makes him look guilty.
Oh, I see.
So
Like,
if he,
like he could have been the good guy trying to save her.
yeah, but
Okay,
it makes him look guilty and he knows it.
yeah.
So if he knows Erinn, and then if he also knows Scott Wall, and he enlisted Scott Wall to get close to Helena Murray to monitor everything the family knows so they don't discover this.
Oh, okay.
Or if he's the bad guy, of course, to not discover that he was responsible. Or, I mean, there's different levels also. Like how involved is Erinn Larkin? Did Billy and Erinn know each other at UMass? Was Erinn involved with Billy or Kate Markopoulos or in some kind of a plan? Or are Erinn, Billy, and Kate Markopoulos the good guys? Did they know something was wrong with Maura and there's some kind of either law enforcement or a police cadet that's involved in some kind of drugs or whatever that was very dangerous and Maura was in danger and they were trying to save her? Maybe they couldn't, something went wrong, and they can't expose the true culprits because there's some high ranking people now and they're afraid of them. Is that a possibility?
That's a possibility.
So basically Erinn Larkin here, James Renner is asserting that Erinn Larkin recorded the victim without her permission when they were talking at a bar, and then that's when she realized she couldn't trust Erinn Larkin.
Damn, she did that. That's messed up.
That's what James Renner asserts. And James Renner's got a pretty good track record, doesn't he? So if she didn't record her, maybe the victim did say that she did, because James Renner seems everything he reports turns out to be true on what people told him. That part. Maybe it's not true.
Yeah,
but
he's. I have to say he's been consistent as far as like
Yes.
you're reporting about his consistency with being how should I say, a journalist? I don't know. How should I say it?
a journalist.
Yeah, I guess like just that's what a journalist does. Like he.
All right, so as always, more questions than answers, but as with everything in this case, there seems to be more than meets the eye. Billy Rausch could be the good guy, he could be the bad guy, he could be somewhere in between. We really don't know, but the coverage will continue. We hope you enjoyed another edition of Mindshock True Crime. If you like the podcast, you can donate to our PayPal. Just check the link in the description. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Questions, comments, theories, rebuttals, leave them in the comment section. Make sure you like and follow our Facebook page for exclusive Facebook updates. And you can also check us out Twitter, Reddit, and Patreon. And this is Bruce McGuire signing off.
And Maxwell Powers.
We'll catch you guys next time.